I am Ashish De. I am taking one of your subject, that is signal and system. In my earlier video, I have discussed about some test input signals and their graphs in continuous and discrete time domain. In this video, I want to discuss about classification of signals. Now there are different types of classification. Out of them, five classifications are very important. They are continuous time and discrete time signals, deterministic and non-deterministic signal, even and odd signals, periodic and aperiodic signals, energy and power signals. Okay, so these are very important. Now what is continuous time signal? I have told in the previous class about the continuous time signal. A signal is said to be continuous when it is defined for all instant of time. So if the signal has the value at every instant of time, then the signal is called continuous time signal, right? Now for discrete time signal, we know that a signal is said to be discrete when it is defined at only discrete instant of time, and that discrete instant is represented by small n, right? So that are discrete time system. All of these things, all of you are know these things, right? Now next classification is deterministic signal and non-deterministic signal. Now what is deterministic signal? A signal is said to be deterministic if there is no uncertainty with respect to its value at any instant of time. Okay, so that is deterministic signal. Okay, number 2, deterministic signal. Okay, or signals which can be defined exactly by a mathematical formula are known as deterministic signal. See, for a deterministic signal, if we take a sinusoidal wave, okay, so we know, suppose this is the sinusoidal signal, along x-axis there is time, and the signal is represented by x of t. Okay, so here we know there is no uncertainty because it has a particular waveform and it repeats after a finite time interval. Okay, so we know the value of this signal at this point. Okay, and it repeats at this point also. Okay, so this waveform, this cycle repeats at a finite time interval, that is called time period. Okay, so there is no uncertainty with respect to its time, right? Now non-deterministic signal, a signal is said to be non-deterministic if there is uncertainty with respect to its value at some instant of time. Okay, so non-deterministic signals are random in nature, hence they are called random signals. Okay, random signals cannot be described by a mathematical equation. Okay, now one example of random signal or non-deterministic signal is this. So this is the random signal. This is time axis, and this is if the signal is represented by x of t, then we cannot surely say what will be the value after this instant of time. Okay, suppose this instant is t0, so what will be the value after this instant of time, because there is no similarity between along the signals graph, right? So they are modeled in parabolic terms. In random signals cannot be described by a mathematical equation, they are modeled in parabolic terms. Okay, now even and odd signal, this is very important. Even number 3 is even and odd signal. You know this thing in your mathematics. Okay, now what is even signal? Any signal any signal xt is said to be even signal if it satisfies this condition x of minus t equal to xt. Okay, so this is called even signal. If a signal xt satisfies this condition, then it is said to be even signal. Okay, example is cos t. Okay, because we know if xt equal to cos t, x of minus t equal to cos minus t. Okay, so this is equal to cos t, right? So from here we can see that x of minus t equal to xt, that's why cos t is an even signal. Okay, so even signal is basically symmetric about y-axis. Okay, so the graph of cos t looks like this. This, and here is this. Okay, so this is xt t. So the graph of even signal is symmetrical with respect to vertical axis. Okay, now odd signal. If any signal does not satisfy this condition x of minus t equal to xt, then that is called odd signal. Okay, so if x of minus t, if for a signal xt, x of minus t equal to minus xt, then it is called odd signal, right? Example is, what will be the example? Xt equal to sin t. Sine function is odd function, right? So now one thing has to be remember, any signal xt has an even part that is represented by xe of t, and also has an odd part that is xot, right? So from here we can see that x of minus t is equal to x e of minus t plus xo of minus t, right? So that can be written as xet, because this is even part, minus xot because this is an odd part. Okay, now suppose this is equation 1 and this is the equation 2. Okay, now if we add two equation, we can see that even part of signal xt can be represented by this equation, x of t plus x of minus t, right? And odd part can be calculated by using this formula, half of x of t minus x o minus t. Okay, sorry, this is x of minus t, only x of minus t, not x o, x of minus t, right? So even part of any signal xt can be calculated by using this formula, and odd part can be calculated by using this formula. Now number 4 is periodic and aperiodic signal. Okay, so periodic and aperiodic signal. Any signal xt is said to be periodic signal if it satisfies this condition, x of t plus capital T equal to xt. Okay, where capital T is the fundamental period, right? So this is the fundamental period. Okay, example is sin t, sin t, cos t, they all are periodic signal. So if xt equal to sin t, what will be the fundamental period? X of t plus 2 pi equal to sin t plus 2 pi, right? So this is equal to sin t. Okay, so we can get sin t from here. So the fundamental period of periodic function sin t is 2 pi. So here capital T equal to 2 pi, right? This is the fundamental period of periodic signal sin t. Okay, if any signal does not satisfy this condition, then that signal is called aperiodic signal. Okay. Now in discrete time domain, it can be represented by x of n plus capital N equal to xn. For a periodic signal xn, if it satisfies this condition, then xn is said to be periodic signal. Okay, where capital N is the fundamental period. All things are same, fundamental period. Okay, all things are same, only changes are there. Instead of t there is small n, right? And capital N is the fundamental period. Okay, now number 5 is energy signal and power signal. So energy of any signal can be calculated by using this formula. For a continuous time signal, energy can be calculated by using this one, integration over minus infinity to infinity mod of xt per square dt. This is for continuous time signal. And for discrete time signal, energy can be calculated by using this formula, summation of n equal to minus infinity to infinity mod of xn per square, right? And average power of a signal can be calculated by using this formula in continuous time domain. Limit capital T tends to infinity 1 by 2t integration over minus t to capital T mod of xt whole square dt. So average power can be calculated by using this formula. Now in discrete time domain, it can be calculated by using this formula, limit capital N tends to infinity 1 by 2n plus 1 summation of small n equal to minus capital N to capital N mod of xn whole square. Okay. Now any signal xt or xn is said to be energy signal when it has finite energy. Okay, for an energy signal, power p equal to 0. A signal is said to be power signal when it has finite power. Okay, for a power signal, energy E is equal to infinite. Okay, so for energy signal E less than infinity, that means E should be finite, and power P equal to 0. For power signal P should be finite, that means P less than infinity, right? And E equal to infinity. Okay, so these are the condition for a signal, maybe energy signal or power signal. If it does not satisfy these two conditions, then the signal neither energy signal nor power signal. Now one thing has to be mentioned for even and odd signal in discrete time domain. A signal is said to be even signal if x of minus n equal to xn, and if it does if x of minus n equal to minus xn, then it is called odd signal. So this is even signal and this is odd signal, right? So for in discrete time domain, even part of the signal of any signal xn can be calculated by using this formula x of n plus x of minus n. Okay, and odd part of this signal can be calculated by using this formula xn minus x of minus n, right? So in discrete time domain this portion. In continuous time domain, we can see that even part of this signal can be calculated by using these two formulas. In case of discrete time domain, this can be calculated by using these two formulas. Okay.